Hello, everybody. We got me and my buddy Ian here. Zoom in just a tad. Whoa. 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 I can't get it to zoom in right. Let's see. But you got to turn your sound off, Ian.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on, guys. Let me just fix this.
I'm done.
Is that all right? Okay. Looking good. Hello, everybody. All right, so the reason I'm doing this Wednesday thing is because I'm having Thor on tomorrow, okay? The mighty Thor. This guy. This guy right here. I'm having that guy on tomorrow. Thor. He's going to be talking to me about rock and roll. So I'll show you some of these later. But since I'm going to have him on tomorrow, I wanted to do this tonight so that I could open these packages that I got in the mail. I got these two random packages that I don't know what they are. This is always fun. My friend Ian wanted to come hang out and social distance and drink some things. So we're going to do all this together. And also I have some 5KDEVO stuff to show you. So hello Sophia and Jeff and Joanne. What? Shrimp Devo? Who's Shrimp Devo? I like that. Brian Hurd, hello. Nice to see you. All right, so here's the first thing I want to take care of is cheers, everybody. Cheers. Clink. Drinking beer and liquor tonight, not wine. First time in a while I've done the beer and liquor thing. Since the last time I was out with Ann. I wonder if Ann's going to be here tonight. Tim, what's happening? Yeah, Ian's in the chat and on the video. That's a crazy world right there. So anyway, thanks for coming.
Social distance appropriate.
Yeah, thanks for coming such short notice. Just wanted to do this so that tomorrow I could totally focus on Thor. Here's the 5K thing I wanted to show you. It's a prototype of the mask that you can buy. You can put. You can order at 5KDEVO.com. And this is the prototype that's a little different than the real one will be. You see the nose here is a little. It's got a little crinkled part there. It's just a little too close to the design. So we're going to move the design down a little bit, maybe shrink this in size a little bit, but it's a pretty good mask. It's sublimated. It's really thin, like running shirt, race shirt fabric. I think it's called tech material, they call it. But sublimated design. It's not ink printed on it. It's actually sublimated into the fabric. But it's a cool one. I dig it. I dig it. So there's that. What else we got going on here? Ian D is here. Who's Ian D? Hello, Ian D. When's Jerry getting his prototype 5K Spud Waz? I'm waiting for the shirts to be done for that. And this isn't quite right. So I want to send Jerry stuff that is right on the money. You know what I mean? Sophia's eating pizza. I was eating pizza, Sophia. I forgot to eat dinner again. I know, Japoople, I'm sorry for the Wednesday stream because I have this box that I got probably last Friday or Saturday. It was right after I did that Thursday stream, and I got this random box. And I've been wanting to open it, and I don't want to open it on the stream tomorrow with Thor, so I'm going to open it tonight because I can't wait to see what's in it. I just don't know what's in here. Sounds like it might be a new heart. I'm not sure. And then this, I got, whoops.
Oh, it broke.
I got this from a friend of mine in Japan who is a Facebook friend of mine, and Tishioshi, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, my friend. Tishioshi sent me this, and I have a pretty good idea of what it could be, but I'm not sure. So we'll see how that goes. And Meowser's using the litter box right now. Hear that? There you go, Meowser. How'd it come out? Everything good? Everything good, Meowser? Yeah, shake it off. All right. So yeah, so this is what we're doing. It's not going to be a very long stream, I don't think. You know, we're doing what we can do here. Well, it's weird. The phone shows that.
You're looking good.
Yeah, but I just want it to be. Oh, how's that look on real stream? Okay, see, that's more.
There you go.
There we go. Okay, on my phone it shows the whole top of that cut off, but now it looks pretty good there.
There you go.
This one. All right, the clown's in the shot. Everything's good. Hey, Meowser. What's going on? I'll get you. All right. So now, who's out there? Anybody out there drinking anything liquid? Because we're getting ready to do a shot, me and Ian. Okay. Now, I'm gonna try to get him a socially distanced shot here. Okay. So earlier, right before we did the stream, we took a shot of this great whiskey that Quentin at Bacchus Wine Shop sent us recently. It was very good. Now Ian brought some Crown Royal over. We're gonna have a little bit of that now. Mix it up a little bit. So yeah. So welcome, you guys. Welcome to my home on this Wednesday. And tomorrow is really going to be fun. You guys, if you've never sat and talked with Thor, John Michael Thor, tomorrow is the day you need to do that because he's a fantastic guy. He's got some great stories. He's a true, true lover of music. And it's going to be a joy to have him. I don't think I've ever talked with him, with other people watching us talk. And we always have a good time talking. So it'll be interesting to see. Okay, here you go, Ian.
Yep, that's fine.
Well, we'll cure it here over the candle. Make sure all the disease is burned off of it. And here we go, everybody. On a special Wednesday random live stream.
Wednesday!
Cheers. Cheers to you. Mm-hmm. Oh. Whew, okay. Hey, Good Seats is here. Oh, hey, thanks. Cheap Trick. Good Seats, yeah. I was telling people earlier, the reason I'm doing a stream tonight, just a random hangout stream, is because I'm interviewing Thor on my live stream tomorrow. Thor the Rock Warrior who is from Canada, who has had a heavy metal music career since the late 70s, and I've been a friend of his for a couple of decades, and he's going to come on and talk to us about being a music fan and being a rock god and all that stuff. So it'll be really cool. I'm going to show you some things right now to kind of hip you to Thor a little bit. Okay? Try to make this happen so you can see it. Now here's Thor's first album, which came out in 1978. It's called Keep the Dogs Away. And as you can see here on the cover, he is actually keeping the dogs away. He's got a great story about this photo shoot that I will get him to tell tomorrow. But there's the first album, a classic. It's kind of glam rock. It's kind of glam, very early heavy metal, kind of like early Judas Priest style, but lots of glam in this record. All right. Next, we have Unchained. I think it's 1982-83 album. More heavy metal. Still a little bit of glam in here, but classic Thor album. There's my friend Rusty Cherry Bomb, who has been here in the chat before. Yeah, so Unchained. Here's another one, live in Detroit. Great album, but you see the strength feats he does here. He blows up hot water bottles. He bends steel metal bars in his teeth. He did all this for decades. And I remember even touring with him in the 2000s, and we were trying to convince him to stop bending the metal bars. Here's Only the Strong, his probably most popular classic album, 1984, 85, I believe. Here's a newer one, Metal Avenger, Autograph. Here's another fairly new one, Thunderstrike. And another very new one, Hammer of Justice. He keeps putting out records. There's many more, 4 records in his discography. I just wanted to give you a little taste of his career, but you're going to dig it. If you Google Thor, the Rock Warrior, or Thor, John Michael Thor, you'll find a lot of great stuff online. Let's see who's here. Zepearl. Hey, Michael, stopping by your very cool Devo banners. Oh, cool. Hey, are we still streaming? Something just happened? You're on? Okay, because it flickered for a second. So also, oh Miko, how's it going? Nice to see you here. Uh, so we're also testing my Wi-Fi, my new Wi-Fi, which is costing me way more money than my internet did previously, but it's brand new Wi-Fi, which should be able to handle this streaming no problem. So
And you got more people in it
wait, Sophia, what are you saying? Ripped? Who's ripped? I'm ripped. I'm not ripped. Who's ripped? Nobody's ripped here. The clown, it might be ripped. Crochet clown in the house. Um, so yeah, we're testing the Wi-Fi. So let me know if everything's sounding crisp. Give me a 666 in the chat if you are hearing and seeing things. Thor is ripped. Oh, I see what you're talking about. That kind of ripped. Yeah, he was ripped. You know, he was Mr. USA. He was Mr. Canada. He was in competitions with who's the guy that played Lou Ferrigno? No, not Lou Ferrigno. Not the Hulk. The other dude.
Arnold?
The Rambo guy. Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, that's not it.
No, Arnold Schwarzenegger is the Terminator guy.
Right.
Yeah, the Terminator dude. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Thor trained together and competed together back in the day. Anyway, yeah, so everybody can hear me and see me good because they're typing the number of the beast. Awesome. But your mouth isn't always matching your words. Probably my end though. Huh. So there's a little delay. Or I am a really good ventriloquist or something. Okay, so anyway, what's next? Well, Ian's here. I've known Ian for many years. We were and are, I guess, part of the Wiffle Fist collective back in the day. He's worked on many music projects with me, including Silica Gel. And he's helped us with Crapper Keeper. He's done it. He's the guy to go to for help with those kind of creative, weird, worthless projects.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But I haven't seen Ian in quite some time since, I haven't really hung out with Ian like this since the pandemic started. So it's great to see my friend. I'm staying away from him so I don't kill his whole family with the disease
That's
that
right.
I have ridden all over my body. I am disease ridden. But it's nothing to do with COVID. It's just the devil and stuff and dirty rock and roll is all over me.
Yes.
So Jeff Young is here. Jeff Young is also an old Wiffle Fist alumni and aficionado, actually. But Jeff Young is at the chat. Hey, Faux Fajars, could you please ask Thor about his collaboration with Seth Putnam? Yeah, we will tomorrow. Be here tomorrow. Faux Fajars, the guy whose name starts with F. Be here tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Thor will be here. We will talk. You can present your question to Thor. I can even have you on screen to ask your question, or you can post it in the chat. It'll be really fun, and he'll have some great stories. We're not going to talk specifically about Thor, his career as Thor the whole time. We're going to talk to him about being a music fan, how he discovered music, his first loves in the music, in the rock and roll world, really. So, yeah. Question for you, Mr. Pilmer. You drunkenly mentioned last week. Why do you assume I was drunk? I may have been a little tipsy, but not drunk. Okay. You drunkenly mentioned last week that you'd been to the house of one of the residents. No, it was not Hardy Fox. It was the other one. Yeah. San Francisco, a long time ago when I used to do trade shows, computer software trade shows in San Francisco. We happened to hook up with the residents for various reasons, and I got to go to the house and check out a bunch of archives and have some great conversations with the resi. So yeah, but yes, Faux Furgers, you need to be here tomorrow, please, for the Thor chat. I would love for you to ask the question about him and Seth. I could provide some music. Yeah, I know, R.I.P. Hardy. I never met Hardy Fox that I know of. I may have met him, and he didn't say who he was, but I don't think I ever met Hardy. our good friend Skip. Me and Ian have a good friend named Skip here in town who runs a company called AV Geeks, Audio Visual Geeks. He's a good friend of the residents as well, and he's archived some of their old footage, and he's done a lot of work with the residents actually, and that's his favorite band. So it's like, he's like residents. I wouldn't say he's residents obsesso because he's not really a residents collector, but he's a huge residents fan, and he's done a lot of work for them behind the scenes.
Educational film obsession, maybe.
Wish I'd had the chance to meet Hardy. Yeah, I'm sure he was a nice, kind guy. Those guys were all old hippies, so they're all kind people. They're all about love and peace and stuff. I'm really dying to open this package. You guys mind?
Do it.
Can I just go ahead and do this?
One.
Hey, by the way, let me remind you to please hit the thumbs up. Before we open this package, I know we got like a couple dozen people watching. If everybody could just hit that thumbs up, that tends to make the YouTube magic go in a positive direction for me, as far as views and likes and AdSense and all that shit. So please do that for me. If we can get that likes thing up to about the same number of people that are watching. Oh, it's going up. You guys are great. Thank you very much. And then I'll open this thing. First thing I'm going to open is this from my friend Tishiyoshi. I wish he was watching right now, but I have no idea what time it is in Japan. In Kitamoto, Japan. Now this guy, I know him from Facebook, and he is lick the like button. Says Ian, thank you very much. He is a huge fan of heavy metal, and he collects heavy metal CDs. I think specifically. I'm sure he has some vinyl, but I think he's really into CDs, and he's really obsessed with getting every one of his heavy metal CDs autographed by the bands. And he's quite good at making that happen. I've seen his posts over the years, and he is good at what he does. So here we go, you guys. Now we've got, it would be nice to get a few more likes there. It's like about half. Okay, we got about half the likes we need to really make me happy, but I don't need to be totally happy. So if you guys could just like a couple more, come on, give me a couple more likes if you wanna, and then I'll do this right here. Here we go. Okay, sounds good. Cutting that open, doesn't it? Hey, Paul Steads, Akron, Ohio. Wow. Hey, what's that? I was born right outside of Akron in Stowe, Ohio. Are you familiar with that town? Pierce Wilmoth, Donald the Crazy Duck Karaoke KDK666. Woo! I don't know what that means, but I'm going to get that tattooed on my ass. Sophia says I need to get my butt up to Ohio sometime in the near future.
Probably your whole person.
No, just ship your butt up there. I think you can do it with FedEx. Wait a second, I just cut this open and it didn't cut it open. I didn't cut it far enough. Damn it. All right. So, who else is up in here? Well, thanks Pierce and Paul for showing up, and Jeff, of course, Jeff Young. Should be 9 a.m. in Japan right now, maybe? Oh, okay, right. Well, maybe he's going to watch. Okay, do we open it now? Dude, how is this thing sealed? Holy balls. I think I gotta cut it this way.
Cut the long side.
These Japanese people sure know how to seal an envelope. Oh, here we go. All right, guys. Ready? I'm going to let you see it before I see it. What is it? Oh, okay. Pitfall. Okay, here we go. There's a photo. First, there's a photo of some very Thor-looking individuals, very metal-looking individuals. And then there's a CD here by Pitfall, which is my friend Tishiyoshi's band, his metal band. And this is their release, Pain. This is very hard to find, very DIY release here. There it is. You see
Nice.
it? Pitfall. But I think this is very kind of anthemic, kind of 80s style, Viking style metal, I believe is what it is. I can't wait to hear it. Silent Hill, Death to All, Iron Bridge, Virus, In My Dream, Ghost Machines, and I don't know what that last song is called. Ondskan Magi. Who knows what that means? It might be satanic code. But anyway, Pitfall, Pain. This is now a prized part of my collection. will this fit in a regular CD case? Yes, there is an actual backing tray card, and I can put this in a jewel case. Very cool. Thank you, Tishiyoshi. And if I pronounce your name wrong, I'm really sorry, but may the metal gods bless you, my friend. You don't know how much I appreciate this kind of stuff. Thank you so much. I'm going to listen to that tomorrow whilst working. That's awesome. I love rock and roll. All right. Let's see. Yeah. All right, so this next one.
Next one.
Is such a. So I knew that my friend from Japan was going to send me some kind of metal CD. I just knew it from the shape of the package, and knowing him, I knew it was going to be a metal CD, right? It was kind of a surprise that it was Pitfall, because I didn't know that album existed. But this one here, this package, is a complete mystery. Complete mystery, right? Are we ready to do this?
Do it.
I think I need to finish this beer first.
Everybody, take a drink.
Okay. That beer's gone. Okay, I'll do this one like I do all the mystery packages. I'll open it, and I'll let you guys see what it is first. And then I'll just look in the chat so you can tell me what it is, all right?
That one's Amazon sale.
It's always Amazon. The best gifts I get are from people with Amazon Prime accounts. I'm not sure what that means. They probably have Lexus cars, too. I'm just guessing. Okay, ready? Ready? Can you see what it is? Somebody type in the chat what it is. Or if I need to open it further.
It's got padding in front of it.
Oh, it's padding?
Up and bottom flap. Because kids can't fight.
Okay, what's this? What is it? Type in the chat, y'all. Type in the chat what it is. Type in the chat what it is. I'm so curious. God! It's killing me. I want to know what it is.
I can see it.
I want to know what it is. Type in the chat.
Don't drop it. It's breakable.
I already dropped it. All right. Somebody, before I belch again, in the chat, tell me what this is. Am I just not seeing? Am I scrolling? Do I need to scroll down in the chat? Hold on.
I don't know. There's no.
Nobody's saying nothing. Everybody stop watching when I open the package. What? More wine glasses.
It's a whiskey glass.
What? It's a whiskey glass. What is a whiskey glass? We're gonna have to drink some whiskey out of a whiskey glass.
Put your whiskey in there.
What? Whoa! Look at this thing. I have never seen one of these before. Look at this. Look at that little thing. Wait, there's two of them. How did they know I was going to be drinking whiskey tonight? Look at that. Ian?
I see it.
We're going to do some... Do we need to really wash these? We don't need to wash these. The whiskey's going to kill whatever's in there, right?
Exactly.
Oh, is this in there?
Yep.
God damn it, Peter Graves!
He's not even on tonight.
Peter Graves! I know you're not here tonight. At least it doesn't look like you are. But damn it, Peter Graves, thank you for the whiskey glasses. I've never seen these. These are so cute. Oh my goodness, it's perfect.
We can put some whiskey in those.
Well, we should at least do a shot out of them. I think the chat just stopped.
I think the chat died.
Or something's not working. Is everybody still here? Let me just hit refresh.
There's 26 people.
Let me hit refresh and see what happens. No, the chat just stopped. Oh wait, I got on top chat now. Let me turn on live chat. No, I think it just stopped.
Yeah.
Can anybody see us and hear us? What happened?
27.
I mean, I guess they are because there's one less watching, so maybe they can't see us right now. Somebody just stopped watching. Anyway, Jesus, I hope we're still going here. I wonder what happened.
I don't know.
Live chat, top chat. Yeah, for some reason, everybody, our chat just stopped. Like, we can't see anything past when Sophia said, I need to get my butt to Ohio. That's the last thing we can see on the chat. So if you're saying things to us, the likes aren't going up anymore. I think the people watching, the number of people watching is going down. What is happening here? What just happened? If somehow you can, if anybody has Ian's Facebook information or my Facebook information, maybe send us a message there to let us know what you're seeing or what's happening. That would be great. Because we're not going to drink out of these until we know everything's working again, all right? But that is a great gift, Peter Graves, and I know you're probably not watching right now, but damn it, I appreciate it. And this box is kind of cool. Thank you, Peter Graves. I didn't even know there were whiskey glasses.
Okay.
What happened? Somebody reach out to you?
Yeah, so it's still working, but
We just can't see it.
Yeah, it's just not updating chat, but we're still live.
Okay. Well, everybody, I'm sorry that we can't see your chat right now. One day I am determined, and if anybody has any advice to give me on this, I'm determined to figure out how to make text to chat, or is it called, text to speech work on this channel. So where you can type something into the chat and then it comes through as audio to me. I want to make that work, and I think I set my channel up to be able to do that because there was an option to to allow text to speech to work, but I've never figured out how it does it. So anyway, anybody has any advice in that area, that'd be great. But wow, I'm so excited! I got an awesome metal CD, rare from Japan. That's cool. 2 whiskey glasses, which we're going to use really soon. So I guess you guys are still watching.
Yep.
We'll do this. God, I really wish I could see the chat. I'm sorry, you guys. I know you're typing stuff. But anyway, just know that when you're typing stuff, I will see it later. I'll read it later. And here's the thing that came in the package. It says, enjoy your gift from Peter Graves. What a nice guy. Peter, you are just over the top nice, dude. I don't know what I did to deserve your kindness to me, but I'll keep doing it. You just tell me what I'm doing right, and I'll keep doing it, my friend. All right, Ian, you ready for this?
Oh, yeah.
I know we just had one recently, but
We'll survive.
you think.
Or not.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. I just poured them both.
That's
Perfect.
fabulous.
Look at that. Hold on, guys. I'm going to prove how perfect I just poured these things. Uh-oh.
Okay. Perfect pour.
Okay, look at this. Look how perfect. Wait, look how perfect they are. They're exactly the same level. Both of them. That's a wizard move right there. All right, you guys.
Cheers.
Social distancing 6-foot cheer.
Oh, good ring.
Whoa, let's do that again.
Again.
Listen.
That's awesome.
Dude, this is my favorite shit ever right here.
That's
We're going
good.
to start a band with these.
That's good. That's very good.
All right, cheers, my friend.
One more.
What? Here we go. Listen to that sustain.
Yeah.
Wow. We're going to do a whole record with these.
We're good. It's nice.
Oh my goodness. Woo! I think it was a little more than a shot.
I think that's gonna kill COVID right there.
All right, I need to get another beer. Ian.
Yeah.
Come talk to the people.
Oh, fine.
Come talk to the people while I get a beer. Hey, Boozy McBoozerson. Yeah, Eddie. You're Boozy McBoozer, son. Eddie,
What else?
Eddie, come have a drink with us.
What else?
Hey, Susan. Hey, wait, the chat's working all of a sudden, you
Okay.
guys. Okay, we're catching up on the chat here. Boozy McBoozer. David Kellman's here. Hello, Eddie, Susan, David, and a partridge in a pear tree. Virtual event overload. Oh, Jiminy Crickets. Oh, wait, here, look at all this. Look at all this. Look at all. Okay.
It's working.
Finally, guys, the chat updated. Okay, so let me catch up here for just a second because I know a lot of you have just joined, and if my mouse would just fucking work. What is going on? Okay, here we go. Okay, so Sophia's okay. Then, Paul says, "Yep, Stowe." Okay, you know where Stowe is. Tim says, "Coming up, Sophia. What's up, Pilmer? Eddie, what's up? Night equals the nights who say knee. I know that. Fabio, what's happening, Fabio? I started watching now. Have you revealed the mystery? The mystery of the package, Fabio. Let me show you really quick, Fabio. And pardon me, people, while I catch up on the chat. But one of the things that was sent to me was by Peter Graves. It was 2 whiskey glasses, which me and my friend Ian just did shots out of. They're awesome. And listen to this. Listen to the sound they make. I know you probably already heard this, but I'm catching up on the chat. Holy balls! Okay, so we got that, and then a Facebook friend of mine from Japan, who I've known for years, who is a big heavy metal fan. He sent me a very rare CD of his band Pitfall. It's an album or an EP called Pain, and I'm going to put this in a jewel case, and it's going to go right in my collection, and I'm going to cherish it. And that's going to be my morning work music tomorrow. So anyway, that's what's happening with that. Let me catch up here in the chat. Joanne says that pic of the 2 knights kind of look like some Monty Python. Yep, I agree. These 2 knights right here. Yep.
50 noisy whiskey glasses. That's good.
Wait, who said 50 noisy whiskey glasses?
Let's scroll down a bit more.
Okay, hold on. I'm still catching up. Eddie says boozy. Beer is disgusting. You know, Joanne, let me tell you a little story about that. It is disgusting. And here's the thing. When I first started drinking beer, it was in college, I think. And I think I'd tried it in high school, and I was just like, oh, that tastes horrible. I was more into like wine coolers and stuff like that. Stuff that tasted like soda pop, basically, I could drink if it was alcohol. But beer never appealed to me until I got to college, and then I learned that as far as my personal preferences are concerned, I like beer that doesn't taste like much because I like the feeling that beer gives me, but I do not like the taste of beer. I never have liked the taste of beer. I've never drank a beer and go, oh, that tastes great. I just, don't drink it for the taste. So I agree that beer is disgusting. Okay, so Paul says, beer things, make boozer soon, a box, it's the Fleshlight. Oh, Eddie, don't send me one of those. I'm not into those, I will not use it. It will go on eBay. Ooh, I have those. You have those, Jeff? You have those whiskey glasses? Oh, cool. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so everybody was telling me it was in the package. Fancy brander of whiskey. It's a glass. Look at it, dumb bitch. Joanne. Joanne, my teenage firecracker. You and Sophia should start a punk rock band. You guys would be lethal. Good seats, Miko. Okay, Peter Graves, you're here. Okay, I'm finally catching up on the chat, Peter. It kind of stalled on us for a while. Thanks a lot, Peter. You do so much, and I don't know what you're getting in return, but I would love to. I'd love to do something for you. Pandemic burnout. Okay, goddamn.
Oh, yeah.
50 noisy whiskey glasses. H Tom, that's the best thing ever.
Put that on the next album.
I just think we should make some 50 noisy whiskey glasses.
That would be great.
With the kids on there, printed on there. Can you get those glasses printed, I wonder?
You can get printed glasses.
Man.
You can get anything with
50 noisy whiskey glasses. What if we could make the whiskey glasses really noisy? Like when you cheers them.
Just put some of this.
Just run it through a distortion pedal, yeah. Well, our friend Cardinal Sin Gill is not here tonight that I know of, and he is really opposed to noise because he's got some kind of hearing issue and it really fucks with him. So he's not here, but if anybody's into noise and wants to hear some noise, Ian and I have some noisemakers here. We can generate some noise for you. Just type a 666 in the chat if you want to hear noise. If you don't want to hear noise, that's cool, but I'm just putting it out there because we can make some noise. Boozy Boy, yes, that is a gorgeous ring, though. Who's got a gorgeous ring? Oh, the ring, the sound. Oh, right. Dennis! Dennis, you can say yo as much as you want here, Dennis. You know that, right? Go ahead and just keep saying yo if you want. I mean, There she blows. I love that saying, Eddie. The first time I heard somebody that I knew say "There she blows" to me face to face was Bob One of Devo. There she blows. Uh, yeah, they do sound good, those glasses. Okay, so what's next? Oh yeah, I gotta get a beer. We're waiting for some 666s if people want to hear noise. I don't see any right now. But you can't start making noise until people vote. What if people don't want the noise? Then you're just like scaring away our Don't you even do it. Ian's getting wicked over here. I get wicked. Okay, with this, okay, can anybody tell me, anybody identify what this means? What this logo, besides being an AC/DC ripoff, what that means on this bottle opener? Can anybody tell me? Oh wait, there's a couple of 666s. Joanne says I would be a dumbass lead singer that dies of a coke addiction while Sophia just chills being a bassist. That's fine. You guys will go down in history. We're not yet. We gotta answer the question about this. So if any so Dennis said yo and 666. That's the fucking ticket. I'm not drunk, Eddie. I'm not drunk. It takes a little while longer for me to get drunk. I have a little more tolerance than that. But I am glad to be hanging out with my friend Ian after so long. Okay, so nobody knows what this means? Anybody know what that means? I'm going to tell you if you don't know. Where is the bottle opener? Just put it down. All right, so now, savor your time, girl. There's going to be some noise coming at you. And you guys don't know what this means. I'll tell you later if you want to know. Okay. You ready? Pick up one of these things there. Yeah, pick up that thing. All right, here we go. Some noise coming at you. Phil knows what it means. Phil, you can type that in the chat. Okay, here we go. Now what we have here, we have a Korg, what's it called? A monotron? Show that to the camera there. We have a Korg monotron that Mark Mothersbaugh gave me specifically because he wanted me to use that for silica gel music, which
battery powered.
if we haven't done already, we will do. And this is a circuit bent baby room monitor, which is one of my favorite noisemakers I've ever owned. Probably the favorite noisemaker I've ever owned. It's a circuit bent baby room monitor, which has punk rock spikes glued all over it. And each of these spikes is touch sensitive. So when I turn this on and I touch these spikes, it does weird shit. And it also has a 1/4-inch jack out, which means you can plug this into an amplifier or through a distortion pedal or a delay pedal or whatever. So here we go. Hold on. Wait. Here we go. Tim says, yo, 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 drink and bring the noise.
Hey, this is louder. It's like R2-D2.
Huh?
It's like Star Wars.
You should get right up into it.
These fuck batteries.
Where's the volume? It's over here.
It's all the way up. That's all it's gonna get.
Put it real close. Yeah. Oh shit, what would you do? What happened to it?
Come on. guy's dead too. You need batteries. Just let it sit. All right.
Fuck! That was a composition entitled Whiskey Glasses. Well, there you go. Noise time. How'd you like it? Shrimp Devo. I love your name. What the hell does Shrimp Devo mean? I love that. Are you just a very tiny Shrimpy Devo fan? What is going on with the Shrimp Devo? You guys, thanks for everybody watching. Thanks for the likes. It's almost up to the number of people that are watching. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
That was gorgeous. You thought that was gorgeous, Sophia? Oh, have you listened to the Silica Gel record yet? Have you guys listened to it, Sophia? If you haven't, you have to do it in a certain situation, a certain environment, you know? I have pet shrimp and I like Devo. Really? You mean, you know, weren't sea monkeys actually a species of shrimp? Sea monkeys?
Yes.
Remember sea monkeys? Anybody?
Yes.
Anybody who's old will remember sea monkeys. Sea monkeys were marketed as little kind of, alien sea creatures. But they were really just tiny shrimp. Sophia, you got to hear the Silica Gel record. Okay, here's how you want to hear it, Sophia. You alone or you and your family, you sit in a room that is basically, dark. Maybe light some candles, get some atmosphere going. If you don't want to disturb anybody, listen through headphones because there's a lot of panning that goes on in that record. There's a lot of, right speaker, left speaker kind of things going on there. So just get into it. You have to kind of create an atmosphere when you listen to the Silica Gel record. It's just the best way to hear it for the first time. Otherwise, you can pump it in the car or in the boombox or whatever, but if you first listen to the Silica Gel record, just really get into it with some headphones or at least in a room that's kind of dark and candlelit, and Sophia had sea monkeys? Hell yeah. So anyway, that's why you want to hear that album. You really want to concentrate on it. Maybe read the Gatefold album liner notes while you're listening to each song because it kind of gives you an idea of where the samples came from or whatever I remembered about each song is in the liner notes of that record. How does one join this magical server, White Mayo? What are you talking about, magical server? You just follow my channel, dude. What are you talking about, White Mayo? Isn't all mayo white? What are we talking about here? 399? Is that the number of some kind of beast I'm not familiar with? What is going on? I'll grab a link. I'm not sure what the link you're talking about. I'm losing track, you guys. Okay. White Mayo said, y'all, there should be a Devo Discord server. There already is. White Mayo? Oh, that's what Sophia's talking about. Sophia's going to hip you to the Devo Discord. The Devo Discord are where a lot of my friends here in the chat came from because when I first started streaming, the only place I knew to go to really kind of recruit people to come see my stream was the Devo Discord. So I'm not really hip to Discord as much as I need to be. I'm not hip to Twitch very much right now, but I do understand the importance of it, and I tell you what, my Devo Discord friends are all up in here right now, so that's right. We on there, Sophia says. Ian?
Yes.
Ian's got a new Black Sabbath shirt. Black Sabbath shirts always are good. I lost a Black Sabbath shirt to a girlfriend once, an ex-girlfriend. It was one of those things where the girlfriend asks to wear, can I borrow a shirt of yours at some point in the evening? And I say, yes, please wear this Black Sabbath shirt with 666 on it. And she wore it, and then she never gave it back. So I'm kind of bummed out about that.
This design is on the.
Well, that's Vertigo.
Right, it's on the label of their first record.
That's the most expensive. That's the most valuable record is the Vertigo label. Vertigo label.
Looks great. I used to watch it going around and around, just like.
We both have black and white T-shirts on, which is really hip. It's all good, Pilmer. Thank you, Sophia. When it's coming from you, I believe it. So, I want to impress on all of you the importance that you come see my friend Thor, the rock god, the rock warrior, talk to me tomorrow, because this man has over 4 decades experience in the rock and roll music industry. And he is not one of those people that skyrocketed to fame and made millions and, he wasn't one of those people that was inspired to put out music at some point only for money. You know what I mean? Like when somebody gets to a certain point of fame, putting out the next record just means, well, we have to do this to, fulfill our record contract, and we know we're going to get millions of sales, and we know it's going to be great, so we'll just keep doing it. Thor is somebody who's kept doing it for 4 decades without really making that kind of money, with jumping through and avoiding and snaking through chaos of the music industry, constantly being just the worst luck you could imagine. Spinal Tap kind of shit happens through his whole career, but he keeps going. He keeps releasing almost a record a year at this point. In the last few years, he's been pumping out albums like crazy. So he does it for exactly the right reasons. He's not doing it because he's making millions of dollars. He doesn't have a huge record contract. He's just doing it because it's just what he has to do. It's his genetic imperative, as Devo would say. So this guy, of all the people I've ever talked to in my career in being in the rock and roll industry, he's the guy that is almost closest to what I am as a person. What I believe is, like, as long as you're living your passion and you keep doing your passion, doesn't matter what you're getting paid. You just keep doing that, and then your legacy will be secured. It's dedication. So he's very dedicated to rock and roll, and I can't wait till you guys can see him and chat with me. I'm a black T-shirt, Joseph says.
Awesome.
Well, I'm always a black T-shirt because that's what I wear typically. Every now and then you'll see me on here with a red T-shirt, maybe a white T-shirt, maybe in the weird chance a green or blue T-shirt, but basically it's black. Snake through the chaos with a smooth noodle map. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Shazza Cal. Shazza Cal? I haven't seen you in a while. Shazza, what's happening? Shazza, you've helped me at so many Devo concerts and tours and being my ride to record stores and stuff. Thank you very much. The Thor website is so Pelmer. You mean like it's so outdated and HTML style? Yeah, I know. But that's the only kind of website I know how to build, really. So deal with it. It is a very old website, that Thor site. I think I put that up there in 1990 something, whatever. But, I don't stray from the HTML if I don't have to. Because if you have an HTML website, a very basically constructed website, it's always easy to update. You never have spam attacks. You never deal with any of that shit. It's a very basic website that gets the information out there. You can get the merch orders, you can do all of that, but you don't need Flash, you don't need WordPress, you don't need all that shit. Anyway, that's my argument there. Shazza, I know, hi. I know, hello to you too. Another shot, Eddie, come on, dude. You're the boozy McBoozerton there. Eddie, I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal. I'll do another shot if you throw a super chat in there. Oh. If anybody's going to pay me to do a shot, I'll do a shot. But I know I'm good right now otherwise. HTML is awesome. White Mayo, I know. It's like you have total control of the situation if you're building a site just from HTML. If you start working in Flash or the WordPress stuff or beyond that, oh my God, it becomes a nightmare. It becomes something that you always have to update, you always have to change, you always have to be babysitting. HTML is totally easy. The Devo Obsesso site is completely HTML. Thor site, I Threw Up site, Draw a Dick on It. All these sites that I run are HTML for a reason, because I don't have to deal with a bunch of BS. White Mayo, indeed. Weebly and Wix is pure crap. I don't even know what that means, and I'm glad.
Those are free sites.
Yeah, I know.
Free sites.
Hell with that. Hell with that. I mean, HTML is basically free. Coding and Notepad, Jeff Young, it's over my head. Even though I've been doing websites for a living for many years, it's over my head. All right, so where's your beer?
Oh, right here.
See, Ian doesn't have his beer in his hand.
Oh, it's right there.
He's just learning the ropes.
Believe me.
You gotta have it in your
Yeah.
hand.
This is my second beer ever.
What? In his life. And he's like 65.
Going on there.
Wait, what does your mask say, Ian?
It says "I love you" in Russian.
Oh, good. Somebody go ahead and take a screenshot of that and translate it for us.
Uh,
And then if you, no, maybe don't post in the chat. No.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wait. Joanne says,
Probably don't.
I want to
post
create
that
an
word in the chat.
HTML site for Gleaming Spires, but I don't know how to. Joanne, just email me. I will tell you what I know. And I'll tell you how I do it. You have to have a certain program, as far as I'm concerned, called Dreamweaver. If you can get a bootleg version of that program on your computer, you'll be golden. I use a very old, outdated version of Dreamweaver on a very old, outdated computer to update all my websites, because the newer versions of Dreamweaver or similar programs cost too much money. So I use this old, outdated program on a laptop that's literally gaff taped together to update all my websites. Because I just can't afford to pay monthly for these software services they offer now. It's not, no more can you just buy a software disk and use it for the rest of your life. You have to like pay monthly now to do these things. So it's like, I just can't work that into my life right now. Property taxes in this hood are like, killing me. Time for a shot, Tim says. Yeah, whatever, Tim. Spuds Interactive Neocities.org, Sophia. That sounds so geeky and hot. There's plenty of resources online too. Yeah, but if anybody wants my advice on how I've run HTML sites and what I've done over the past 2 decades without much cost involved, let me know. I think Ian is actually getting some shots ready, which I'm not sure is the best idea, but I'll roll with it. Hey, I have to thank you guys. We have just as many likes as we have viewers right now, which is pretty unheard of, and this is a Wednesday. It's a totally odd thing to happen, so it is geeky and hot. I know, I agree with you, Sophia. You're all good. I found what the mask says. White Mayo says he found. Oh, yeah. Don't. You might want not. Don't type it here. White Mayo.
This is a family chat.
Yeah. Don't type it here, because I have certain blocks on my chat where you can't say certain curse words. Because, and I'm going to be honest with you, because AdSense, Google, if the AdSense robots discover a word in your chat that is less than desirable, they might strip your monetization from that video. So I don't want to do that, because the pennies I make in each video here are important to me. The pennies go to buying scissors to cut open packages and potato chips to keep me alive.
This is about true.
Yeah. So here we go. Hey, Mike, James M. I haven't seen you for a while, have I? Hi,
Show the
James.
bottle opener again.
Oh wait.
Somebody was asking.
Oh, somebody wants to see the bottle opener again? Nobody ever guessed on that, right? The bottle opener. It says JBKG. Come on. Anybody know what that is? Jesus. I can't believe it's taking so long. My love is a heartbreaker. Wait, what is that from? My love is a heartbreaker. What lyric is that? What lyric is that, Joanne? You gotta hit me to that. Say it ain't so. What is that? Wait. Say it ain't so. My love is a heartbreaker. It's on the tip of my brain. I know what that is. Say it ain't so. Who is that? Weezer. Okay, so I'm not very familiar with Weezer.
We're too old for Weezer.
Well, no, not really. They were just always that pop band that was on MTV that I never really got into. Hold on here. Tenacious D. Okay!
Hey, there it is.
Phil. Finally. Okay, so yeah. So back in the day, I was working for a software company for many years, 7, 8, 9 years, whatever it was. And I got laid off. And when I got laid off, I was kind of stressed out about income. It was the first time I'd ever been fired or laid off or anything in my whole life. So I started reaching out to my friends in the music industry, of course, and I was like, does anybody need any t-shirt designs or any logo designs or anything? And so my friends at Tanis Root, who's a local screen printer here, reached out to me and said, hey, we're doing stuff for Tenacious D, Jack Black's band, and we know you love Tenacious D. So why don't you present us some design ideas, and we'll post them to the band, and we'll see if they can pay you for those. So long story short, me and Jack Black get into a tour bus together, and with Kyle Gass, and we start talking about designs, and he really wants to do a cum rag or, it's really weird towel that he wanted to design. So we designed that. And then he said, and I also want to do an AC/DC style logo of our initials, JB and KG. So I did that for them, and they made t-shirts and bottle openers and stuff. So anyway, they floated me some good cash income for these designs I did for them. And really helped me out. Really helped me out at that time. And God bless the rock and roll gods, bless Tenacious D for that. So this is one of my souvenirs from that time here. All right, so I'm kind of, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do right now because I've kind of run out of things to talk about, but I see there's plenty of people watching and getting into the chat. David Kalman says, Michael, if you like mind-blowing illustrations, check out the link I messaged you. Okay, message me as far as email or whatever. I will check that out. Thank you, David. James M., I'm loving the new Quarantine Devo videos. Yeah, I know, James. I haven't mentioned that. Thank you for bringing that up. That came up really recently, those quarantine videos. Josh Fries called me a few days ago and said, hey, I'm going into the studio with Jerry and Bob for this epilepsy thing for my son, and can you get me some masks, some Devo cotton masks for the shoot? So we got them, overnighted some masks or whatever we did to get that to them in time for the video shoot. They did the video, and they did it on a live stream for the Epilepsy Foundation or whatever, and they took those videos out of jerking back and forth and Whip It and sent them to me and said, please spread these on as many platforms as you can and put the donation link in there. So at the last minute, I was able to put that all together. And it was awesome to see that happen. I mean, even though Mark couldn't participate, likely because he's, getting over COVID-19, they did a great job, and it seemed like everybody was enjoying themselves. And we got them the masks on time, and so it was very cool. The COVID content we deserve. Yep, that's true. It's true. And I'm gonna try to impress on them the fact that those two videos were very popular, got a lot of positive response, and I'm going to try to get the whole Devo band together, the surviving members plus, our other buddies in the band, and make that happen again in a larger scale. Maybe a whole, maybe a whole concert, or maybe a half of a whole concert, or something with all the guys that are in the band right now performing for you online. But we would have to try to figure out a way to make that financially work, because even though it's just an online thing, I would still need to be there as crew. Everybody in the band would have to have their own dude, the bass crew guy, the drum crew guy, the keyboards crew guy, the guitar crew guy. All that stuff would have to be paid for somehow. So there has to be some way to make money on that stream. So it's just a matter of finding the right people to finance it, or whatever goes on there. And we're talking to tour managers. We're talking to people in the industry who think that they know a way to make that happen. In Devo's case, so I don't know. It's just it's a dream right now. But I think after they see the positive response that those videos attracted, maybe they'll be into it. And hopefully Mark will be healed enough and well enough to perform.
I like the saxophone.
The saxophone was awesome. And with the band the Dickies as well. When the Dickies perform and they happen to find a sax player, which has happened a couple times at least over the past few years, God, it's so good. That saxophone, I don't care what kind of music you're listening to. It could be drum and bass, it could be country music, it could be whatever. Saxophone is always going to add a great feel, a great vibe to the song. Industrial music. Put us some saxophone or Nine Inch Nails. Not that I consider Nine Inch Nails to be actual industrial music, but I'm just saying, if you throw that saxophone in there. The sax was so sexy, Sophia says. We all agree.
Einstein saxophone, no button.
It's only one letter difference between sex, so it has to be, just but technically. Shots. Eddie M is demanding shots. We already have them? Oh, Jesus, here we go. Okay, Eddie. You're our best.
We need to make the sound.
You're such a good influence on us, Eddie.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
I haven't done this in a very long time.
Okay, here we go. Everybody listen really close. These are the awesome whiskey glasses that Peter Graves, our fantastic subscriber and supporter and friend, sent us. But listen to the sound these make, okay? Ready? On the count of 666, we will cheers, okay? And then listen to the sound. 6, 6, 6. Oh, what a sustain. Here we go.
Good. Very nice.
Look, and I don't recommend this behavior to anybody.
No.
Those 15, 16-year-olds out there, let me just tell you, I didn't really start putting poison into my body until I was well into my 20s, and you're going to be surprised, but early 30s before I started putting some poisons into my body. So, teenagers, don't look at this as a blueprint of what you should do with your life right now. Wait it out. There will be a time when you can explore all these things, right? But don't do it when you're a teenager, because you got other things going on there. You got passions and you got involved until you're an abused adult. And then once you're an adult and you're in the adult world and you're paying bills and you're stressed out about that stuff, then you can let the vices get into your life. That's just my personal opinion. Circuit bend your fleshlight. I wish I could, HT. I'm not that smart. If I ever did get a fleshlight,
Oh my.
and if I ever did find somebody to circuit bend it, I'd play it. I don't think I'd put anything in it as far as my body appendages, but I would play it to make noise. If anybody could send me a fleshlight that makes noise, I'll play it. Like if you could take this,
Oh god.
if you could take this technology and put it in something like a fleshlight. Wait, here we go. Imagine that sound come out of your fleshlight. Okay, here's the rhythm of the fleshlight, and here's the sound that comes out. Okay, so much noise. We can always provide noise. Peter Graves, Michael Pilmer, those are sipping glasses. Oh, we're chugging them. Okay, I know they're sipping glasses, but tonight they're shot glasses. I know, there's supposed to be ice in there probably, right, Peter?
No.
No?
No.
They're just
Drop,
sipping.
drop of water,
But we only put that much in them. Like
Yes.
a little tiny bit, but yeah.
anything can be a shot glass if you try hard enough.
Peter Graves, teach me how to use these. I appreciate it. These
Those
are
are
the
very nice.
coolest little glasses, though.
Very nice.
I mean, they're like, the bottom part there, that little solid glass part is so perfect and heavy. These are so cool. How do you even know whiskey glasses exist? I'm 50-something years old, and I never knew a whiskey glass existed. Oh, wait, look, see? Look what's happening.
Oh no. No, well, it's not for me.
But what is it, internet or is it battery?
No, you're fine. No, that's working fine. It's just your laptop is gotten weird. Just refresh.
Is it just my laptop?
Yep.
Let's see what the comments say.
No, they're up to date.
Why is my laptop?
Just do a refresh.
All right, looks like it's back.
Yep.
White Mayo says noise equals awesome. I agree, White Mayo. And let me tell you something. When I first heard noise presented as music, I want to say it was maybe Skinny Puppy, maybe Zig Zig Sputnik, maybe Public Enemy. Those bands in that era right there, in the mid to late 1980s, I started noticing bands that were using noise as music. Even Depeche Mode, I noticed, was using bits of noise repeated to make
Severed Head.
percussive sound. Well, this is before Severed Head, before I discovered Severed Heads. I was noticing bands that made noise with music, and right after I discovered Skinny Puppy, I discovered Severed Heads, and then Control Bleeding, and then like I just went down this rabbit hole of industrial noise. But to first discover that people would actually record music with noise, Throbbing Gristle, of course, you know, Psych TV, even some of the Psych TV stuff. It was just mind blowing for me. It was like way beyond what I thought rock and roll could be. It was way beyond what I thought punk rock could be. It was like noise. Einstürzen and Neubauten. That was probably one. That was probably one of the first bands I ever heard use noise.
Einstein saxophone, no doubt.
Did they use saxophone? I wouldn't be surprised, but
Well,
the
we were talking
saxophone,
about the brilliance of saxophone.
the saxophone
earlier,
would
right?
have to be on fire or something. if they
Well,
were using it.
or blowing smoke or
or
flame
chained to a shopping cart or something.
or chainsaw.
Well, let me see. Do you still update your Zig Zig Sputnik fan site, good sites? No, not really. I don't really have access to it anymore. A friend of mine in Russia, many years ago, 20 years ago or so, gave me free web space for that site. And over the years, I just lost track of the login info. I might still be able to get it, but it's just a miracle that Zig Zig Sputnik site is still up at all. And for those of you who don't know, the Zig Zig Sputnik site that I have is called Collector Scum, and scum is spelled with 3 S's, like Zig Zig Sputnik. CollectorScum.com, I think it is, or .org or .net or something like that. But it's some Russian-hosted website that's still there after 20 years. I've never paid a dime to put that up there. And my good friend in Russia, who is a big Zig Zig Sputnik fan, has been hosting it for me for years. I don't know. I haven't talked to him in 10 years or so. Somehow it's still up there. So that's all I know about that. Neubauten, Throbbing Gristle, Jeff Young. Okay, so people, Pilmer is a Russian spy. So he is I'm probably not that smart. I don't know a lick of Russian. I barely know English.
Well, this is one Russian word you know.
I know. Well, I just know it because you told me. All right, so my friend Ian is going to do a song and dance while I pee. There we go.
Well, gee, you really threw me in the fire there, eh? He's laughing hysterically while he's in the bathroom. That's a very nice touch, yes. So, yeah, you know, Filmer being a Russian spy is actually kind of funny because I think that's kind of far away. Oh well. It kind of sounds like some Black Sabbath mixed with some industrial noise coming out of that bathroom right now. I'm not quite sure if those sounds are human or not, but those are the sounds that are coming out. So you're hearing it live here. Oh no.
You're doing great. I'll be right back.
Oh, and he's running away. Oh my gosh, he's went to the other part of his house. Wait, I heard. Oh, he's grabbing another beer. That's what he's doing. So, yes, it's you know, never a dull moment going on here at Michael's house. A pole dance for you? Yeah, that's not gonna happen, unfortunately. Do you see a pole anywhere? Yeah, it's those are just the things that Tim says Brown Sabbath. Yes, well, I like to think that it's Black Sabbath. So I did find a couple of Black Sabbath t-shirts recently that were really great. So if you haven't recently, just listen back to the first 5 or 6 Black Sabbath records and it will set everything right with your world. There he is. He's with the clown. All right. Here comes.
What have you been talking about?
Brown Sabbath.
Brown Sabbath? What does that mean?
That was from Tim.
Oh, Tim has got to say something brown. Tim, when he gets his YouTube channel started, he's going to have the brown room in his house. It's going to be awesome. I'm not going to tell you any more about it, but Tim's going to have the brown room. So this is something I found at a thrift store recently. I want to tell you about it. After I belch. So this record is by a guy named Tyler Baum, B-A-U-M. And he designed a record, produced a record, manufactured a record that was only to be released and purchased in thrift stores. So basically, he put out his 7-inch record and he just physically took it to thrift stores and dropped it in thrift stores and left. So the only way you can get his record is if you happen to find it in the thrift store. And even more than that is that this record purposely has damage to it. Like somebody took a sander and damaged it to make it look like an old thrift store record, like around the corners. Let me just show you. So here's Tyler Baum Thrift Store Shampoo is the record. And it's just got a bunch of basically thrift store shampoo on the cover. But I don't know if you can see, but the corners are actually sanded and kind of damaged a little bit just to give it a little wear so it's not a perfectly good record. And this is the second one I've found in the thrift store. I didn't buy the first one because the first one had a big chunk taken out of the corner, like something bit it or ate it or something. And I was thinking to myself, well, I don't care how much it is. I'm not going to buy a record that's that damaged at a thrift store. But now I'm thinking to myself, it was probably intentional. But anyway, Thrift Store Shampoo by Tyler Baum. And each one is hand numbered. So when you get a little insert in the record, let's see if we can get this out here. So when you get this insert out of the record, it shows here the number. And mine is 163 of 500. But you can only find these in thrift stores. So depending on the thrift store you find them in and the price they have on their records, you could pay anywhere from $2 or $3 to $1/4 for this. I think I paid $1/4 for mine. So I had to have it. There's no real record of it selling anywhere on eBay yet. It just came out this year. I think January 2020 was when he released this. And you can only get it in thrift stores. You cannot buy this online. You can't buy it at a regular record store. You can only happen to find this at thrift stores.
That's great.
Which is an amazing thing. So I haven't even heard it yet. It's got all those things on it there. But I haven't even heard it yet, but I do own it. So there you go.
Wow.
Interesting story there, huh? How many people we got? We still have the same number of people.
Awesome.
Yeah, Vigilante Art. That's right, Sophia. You're so smart.
Excellent.
I wish I was as smart as you when I was 16. I wasn't. That's why I am where I am right now. You know? Living in the slums here. In the slums. We're like in Hollywood right now. We're in like Hollywood or Raleigh right now.
Prices are going up.
Woo! Tell you what, man, the property taxes alone in this neighborhood right now, when I bought this house in this neighborhood, it was what most people would call the hood. It was like, oh, it was the bad neighborhood. It was crime-ridden. Well, it was none of those things, really, to me. When I moved in here, it was like a bunch of nice people, a bunch of people walking the streets because they just walked up and down the streets. You know, that's just what they did. And there was a little bit of crime, but it was not directed at me. It was directed at people who were dealing business together, drug dealers and whatever. Anyway, now it's like Hollywood of Raleigh. So it's like property taxes are out of control. And, but I still live here because, you know, whatever.
It's almost paid for.
Well, it's almost paid for. We're $100,000 away from paying for this.
Woohoo!
And that's not bad considering what it's worth. Okay, so Peter Graves, no ice. Okay, so there's no ice in those glasses. All right.
Nope.
All right.
Just
That's
maybe a drop of water.
No, I would just say sip it.
Sip.
Yeah. But we wanted to use them definitely on this stream tonight, but I knew that we weren't going to be sipping them tonight. Because there's not enough time in the stream.
It's not a sipping stream.
It's not a sipping stream.
That sounds wrong.
But how long have we been doing this? Hour and 17. Okay, so is everybody, are we good? 22 watching now. 25 likes. That's pretty good. Shots all around. We can't do shots again, Eddie. Come on, dude. Jesus.
Maybe one more for this whole thing.
Look, the 16-year-old kids in here can handle doing shots all night, but not me. I just posted another. Oh, poured another, Jeff Young says. Well,
right.
What type of laptop is that? Sophia asks.
You have a Devo laptop.
No,
right there,
she's
it
asking
says.
about yours.
Mine?
Right? Are you asking about mine or your? Who's Sophia? Whose?
I have a Len Crapo.
Mine is something I got for free from my friend Sam, and the logo is covered up. But I think
it's a Sony.
might be a Dell
or
or HP. I think it's an HP. But I would
Yes,
never buy HP just because I don't trust them. But I got this free from a good friend of mine, so that's why I use that. But are you talking about either? Okay, Sophia wants to know about yours too.
mine's a Len Crapo.
Lynn Crapo, whatever that is. Sounds like a lie.
Lenovo.
Lenovo?
It used to be IBM.
I don't know anything about what you're talking about. All I know is a Cheap Trick. Oh, so let me tell you an interesting story, and this is a little bit of an emotional story for me, if you want to be honest. Okay, so I had a friend who was a pretty famous rock and roll photographer named Robert Matthew. And Robert Mathau, I can never remember how to pronounce it. But Robert was the photographer who shot all the photography of a Devo combing their plastic hair in the new traditionalist outfits. He did a lot of those classic photos. And about a year ago, he, in a freak accident, died in a swimming pool. He was like 62, 63 years old, something like that. And we were in touch pretty much, once every few months, we would be in touch with each other about either using one of his photos for a Devo project or whatever. And he was really kind to me. He worked really closely with Iggy Pop. He sent me a Iggy Pop set, like it was like a 7-inch CD set, whatever, and a booklet that he took photos for. He was a really cool guy, totally in love with music his whole life. So when he passed away, we were working on a Cheap Trick project together. And I can't really tell you what the project was because it never came to fruition, but we were working on this project and I sent him, at his request, a Cheap Trick button that I had. It was a big like police badge looking button. It was a metal button and it said Cheap Trick Dream Police. It was just the most coolest Dream Police promo item you've ever seen. And I've had it for a long time, decades. And he asked to borrow it for this project he was working on. He was going to scan it and do all this stuff to it. And then he just freakishly passed away, and I didn't hear from him in months, and I didn't know he passed away for like 4 or 5 months after he passed away. It was like a total shock to me. But his family just recently sent me that Cheap Trick pin back, and I was so happy to get that back because I figured, okay, it's just lost to the ether, it's off into the rock and roll God's world. I don't know what happened to it, but I got it back. And it was such a cool thing to connect with Robert in that way again. Like, cheers, Robert. I'm sorry you're gone, but you have taken some fantastic photos in your life, and you got me my Cheap Trick button back. Jeez, can't ask for more. But yeah, if you guys want to search Robert Matthew, Matheu, I believe.
I think it's right.
Search for Robert Matthew and look at all the photos he's taken of all the rock stars, all of his life. It's amazing. And he is actually the guy who took the photo of the recent Devo Vote posters and T-shirts that Shepard Fairey designed, of Obey Giant company. Robert is the person who used that photo. So I made sure that they contacted Robert's estate, his family, and they worked out the deal on that for that charity. And but it's always good that Robert gets credit for his work because his work is some of the most classic Devo photos ever, from that era. So anyway, I'm done running my mouth. You have anything to say?
I don't think I do.
All right, everybody. Cardinal Sin!
Hey!
Did you just fall up in here, Cardinal Sin? How long you been here? I just saw you just now. Ever seen Over the Edge, Pelmer? Over the Edge. The only Over the Edge I know is by Negative Land. Right? Wasn't that called Over the Edge?
That was their...
I don't know what Over the Edge is she talking about.
It's a movie.
Oh, no, I've never seen any movies, Sophia. There's like 5 movies I've seen and I remember. I can tell you about those, but I can't tell you about anything else. But Over the Edge is actually, Sophia, something that you would really be into. There's a band, Negative Land. I'm not sure if you've ever heard me talk about them. I had David Wills on my show. The Weatherman is a special guest. He's a member of Negative Land. Negative Land had a radio show called Over the Edge that they did very late night in California for years and years and years. And it was a really crazy mix of live callers, their own, tape loops and skipping records and samples that were playing over and over again. Just a crazy amount of experimental music and sound and noise coming together on a live radio show with callers calling in, ham radio operators breaking into their signal. It was just crazy shit. So if you just Google Over the Edge Negative Land, some of it's available on CD.
There's hundreds of hours of it.
Hundreds of hours,
Yeah.
if not more than hundreds of hours. Just Google Over the Edge Negative Land with no E, negative V, and then land, no E in between there. And you will have hours of listening pleasure, my friend, I promise. But see, the watchers keep going up. Every time I try to end the damn thing.
Well, you know, hey, that's the way it goes.
All right, so
The Magical Wednesday.
Negative Land are great. Of course they are.
They are.
Wait, you have to see it, the 70s movie. I don't like movies though, Sophia. You have to understand, Sophia, this is what I tell everybody. When I am working, like for a living, when I'm doing work, typically 85% of that work is looking at a screen. It's my Excel sheets, it's my eBay page, it's my websites I'm updating, it's the Facebooks, it's the social media I'm taking care of, it's the editing, imagery for all that stuff, Photoshopping, Illustrator, all these computer programs I use to make a living. It all means I'm looking at a screen. So basically, when I have free time, I'm not looking at a screen. I'm looking at a cat, or I'm walking in a graveyard, or I'm at the beach, or I'm at a concert, or I'm somehow away from a screen. Sometimes I work away from a screen when I'm digging through a thrift store or a flea market, but it's that looking at a screen that I can't do when I'm relaxing, really, mostly. Every now and then I will look at a video online, an Oliver Tree music video or something to relax or to enjoy myself. But usually when I'm enjoying myself, really, I'm not looking at a screen. I mean, unless we're talking about this right here, which is just me talking at a phone and getting your feedback on a screen, which is great. That's not like work to me. But you know what I mean. Just staring at a screen.
So speaking of Negative Land,
Yeah.
years ago, Michael and I and a couple other friends did a tour with one of the members from Negative Land.
Yep.
And in the archives that we have, our audio archives actually have digital tape of shows from that tour. So I'm digitizing those, and a best of tour release will come out maybe before the end of the year.
How are you judging what the best tracks are? Like what?
Well,
just the recording
I
value, or
got to listen to all of them and say, okay, well, we did the same set.
are some
right?
of them really entertaining?
I think we did 6 or 8 shows, so some are better than others. It's just picking the right segments from each one and then merging them together, and
I would love to
finding
hear
a 50 minutes or something that's good.
It was an interesting tour because
It was great.
what happened was, me and Ian and our friends in Wiffle Fist and that whole collective were really big fans of Negative Land and that whole genre of music. And for Mark Hostler of Negative Land to come to us and go, hey, look, I really want to do this little tour. I need some guys to back me up, to basically play the Negative Land music, also play some original stuff. I trust you guys can do that. Let's do it. So we were like, yeah. We're 20-something.
What else are we going to do?
This is what we've always wanted to do, is go on
Okay.
tour with a band, and especially playing this kind of music where it's just like tape loops and I was doing armpit farts on stage. I had a microphone up against my armpit while I was farting as part of the show. If I could do that for a living, right? We didn't really make a living during that tour. But
You're one step removed from that right now, so that's pretty
well,
good.
I mean, if I just had a microphone, I could do it. But it was a great time. It was like, for us as Negative Land fans, to be sitting up there playing Negative Land music with Mark and singing it. We did the Nesbitt's Lime Soda song.
Yeah.
It was just amazing to do all that stuff, and to a very appreciative crowd, I must say.
It was really wonderful.
Don't know if I could choose a favorite. It might be Over the Edge or Island or Lost Souls. Oh, movies you're talking about. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Goodsey, do you have a favorite film? You mean movie, I guess. Well, where does like TV show and movie?
You're not a movie.
I'll tell you what. A movie that really made a big impact on me when I was a kid was Blade Runner and Road Warrior. Probably not in that order. Probably Road Warrior first, then Blade Runner. But it was those movies that gave you a view of the future that wasn't quite like Jetsons or Star Wars clean. It was like a little dirtier and a little more realistic and a little more punk rock. I really got off on those movies, but then there was a certain point whenever I was a teenager or whatever it was where I just lost interest in that fantasy world, and I was more interested in connecting my real life to experiences that were equally interesting to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I said that right, but watching movies on a screen stopped appealing to me
Dystopian. That's good.
at a certain point, and I started wanting to make those kind of things happen in my real life. Like, for instance, as soon as I saw Road Warrior, you know, the one with Wes and not Mad Max, not that one, but the Road Warrior with the Mohawk guys and all that stuff. I got home, and me and my friends all strapped a bunch of like metal and armor and stuff to our bikes, and we strapped a bunch of shit to our football helmets and pads, and like we just started driving by each other on our bikes and whipping shit at our bikes and trying to break each other's bikes and be road warriors on our bikes. It was like such an inspirational movie to me. But then quickly I realized that my passion was music, and that what I liked in movies was what I liked in rock and roll. It was the Mohawks, it was the padding, it was the costuming, it was the, I don't know.
The rock and roll.
I think I'm just a big windbag right now, basically. Let's see. Holy mountain. I don't know what that means, but I like that expression. Holy mountain. What is Holy Mountain? Is that a movie?
I don't know. I think it's a song or an album by the
Oh,
Beatles.
Repo Man is great, by the way.
Yes.
That was another film. It seems that the younger I was, the more I got into movies. The older I get, the less I got into movies. And at some point, I just kind of just deleted them from my life because I have time. I'd rather spend time doing other things.
Raise your hand if Repo Man was a gateway into punk rock and similar.
It was a gateway to some punk rock for sure, but I was way into punk at the time I discovered that movie. That was the only way I discovered that movie, because I was at somebody's house who had it on VHS or whatever, and we watched it on VHS at a punk rock party. So I didn't have cable or anything, so I would never,
other way around.
I would have never seen that. But anyway, Cardinal Sam, I'm so glad you finally showed up. You know, Cardinal, we did a bunch of noise before you got here. And I did it, and I even told people before we did the noise, I was like, look, I haven't noticed that my friend Cardinal is here. He really doesn't enjoy noise. So since he's not here, we're going to do some noise for you. And then, we did some noise. So, yeah, The Decline did it for you, Eddie. I saw The Decline. Yes. That was a little more depressing. It was like taking a slice of almost like the dumbest punk rockers, like just the bass, like the punk rockers that kind of destroyed it for most people, like the guys who were more into like playing football on the dance floor than enjoying the music. That's what it kind of represented for me. When hardcore started appearing full-fledged in the punk rock scene, it became moshing instead of slam dancing. Slam dancing was more about dancing. Moshing was more about punching, basically. To me, that's how I saw it. But I'm just an old fucker. It's impossible to find Urge CDs. Yeah, if you find an Urge CD, you can sell it for good money.
Well, there's
and cassette.
There's 20 different versions of Urge also. So
really?
It's like, because at different times through history, different bands have been okay with it being released or not. So all of the bands that are on there and all the different labels they keep switching to have made it a nightmare.
So different bands appear on different releases.
Right. So depending on which version you get, depends which bands you see on it.
Sophia has the Urge DVD, so what up?
I mean, I have one too, but they're probably totally different, right? They're probably like 80% the same.
Yeah, I think I've got the cassette version. I've got the CD version. I'm pretty sure I've got the LP version. Certainly one version of the DVD, but I'm sure there's several out there. But that Urge movie, if you ask, especially people my age, how they discovered a lot of bands, that movie was the window to a whole bunch. Klaus Nomi, Spiz Energy, the Alley Cats.
Gary Newman?
No, I know about Gary Newman,
I know,
of course.
But him driving around that little car was just like...
Well, but there's some bands on that thing that were like, I would have never known about them at that time unless it was for that movie. Of course, I knew who the Dead Kennedys were already. I knew who Gary Newman was. I knew who Devo was. But like Alley Cats, Spiz Energy for sure, Klaus Nomi, it was the first time I ever saw those bands. And those bands are very important. I mean, Spiz Energy, Spiz is still alive. He's still on Facebook. He's hilarious. He's still exactly the character he was, if not even more extreme when he was in Spiz Energy and Spiz Oil and the Spizzles and all those bands he had back then. He's still awesome. Cardinal Sin, Michael Pilmer. I grew up in a Midwestern college town where all the punks were professors' kids of our friend. Yeah, see, I grew up in like hillbilly North Carolina, basically, where punk rockers were anything from racist skinheads to drunks to really intellectual, people to more gothy type. The punk rock just it was a crazy spectrum because I think North Carolina has so many universities down here. They have NC State, they have Chapel Hill, all these places that attract people from all over the place. So just as I was getting out of high school, getting into college, and really really being into the punk rock scene at that point, the people I was dealing with were from all over the place, but they just happened to all be coming to North Carolina. So I don't know.
I was really lucky because I went to high school in the early mid '80s, in between Boston and Providence, up in the Northeast. So I got about 20 different college radio stations that I could listen to all that crazy stuff coming from all these different genres all at the same time. It was very confusing and very amazing.
Yeah, and college
it's still
stations,
swirling in my head.
College stations saved a lot of people's lives. There was a college station in North Carolina called Davidson College. I think it was right outside of Charlotte. And when I was a kid, late night, Davidson College would have their alternative or whatever show, and they would play stuff like Dead Kennedys and Gary Newman and Berlin and Heaven 17 and whatever punk rock, new wave, synth pop, goth rock, Cure, Tones on Tail, all that stuff. And
all mixed in together. And
it was fortunate that those people who were running that show were college age students, and me and my friends were, kind of a generation behind them. We were early teenagers, 12, 13, 14 years old. So we were calling them and saying, hey, look, we are recording what you're playing right now on cassette. If you could play Dead Kennedys Bleed for Me and Oingo Boingo, blah, blah, blah. And we would just list the songs we wanted to hear. And so when the DJs played the songs that we wanted to hear, they would give us a little warning. They'd be like, okay, guys, the next song we're going to play is Dead Kennedys, so you might want to get those tapes ready. And they would give us enough time to hit the pause, on the record, and we would record the song. So I have tapes from when I was a kid still that are just compilations of me recording off those college radio stations. And it would be like a weird mix of stuff, right? Dead Kennedys to Berlin, to Men Without Hats, to Eurythmics, to Ultravox, to Black Flag, it would just go weird ways, right? But those tapes were so important to me when I was a kid. I would listen to them over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So I started memorizing the music in that order. So after I heard Gary Newman Cars, I would immediately want to hear Black Flag, The Bars or whatever right after it. Because we all had that experience with mixtapes. You would learn the mixtape so much that every time you heard that Black Flag song, you would want to hear Crass right after it, or Men Without Hats, or whatever. It was just a weird scene that can never be duplicated again. Nobody would ever be put in that situation where they have to just survive on that one compilation tape that they listen to over and over and over again, right? You have so many options now. You're not ever put in that situation.
I made a Clash mixed cassette, and it has the song Complete Control or whatever, and there's a skip. And every time I hear that song now, I expect the skip to be there. It's crazy.
Yeah, there was stuff that happened to me too. Like when I would record a tape, and I would have to fade the song out before the tape ended. So I would always hear that fake fade when the real song played.
Yeah.
I've been I'm really bad with the chat right now. So sorry, everybody. Saw Black Flag at the brewery. Yeah, I was probably there. HTMO fucking whatever. Actually, I think I only saw Black Flag in Charlotte, North Carolina. Saw him once at the Milestone, once at another club that the name escapes me right now. But once or twice, 2, 3 times, I saw Black Flag back in the day. My War Tour, and I think Slip It In Tour. And in my head, maybe those 3 tours. 2 or 3 of those tours, definitely in my head, and either My War or Slip It In. I can't remember which one. But yeah, wow. Talking about live shows, Jesus, man. I mean, I know it's really cliche these days to say, "Oh, I really miss concerts," but man, as much as concerts were a part of my life, as far as how I made money and how I enjoyed myself, I'm ready to do that again, right? Was Buzz Oven from NC, Eddie? I don't
Yes.
know much about
Yes.
Buzz Oven.
Yep.
Ian knows. I don't know much about Buzz Oven. But okay, we've been doing this like an hour and 40 minutes. I mean, I'm not sure this is even worth it. I think Virginia, but they played a lot here. Yeah, I remember the name. Oh, you saw Berlin riding on the metro, Ken? Come on now, what are you talking about? You didn't see Berlin riding on the metro. Oh, I got some great stories about meeting Terry Nunn. Oh my God, she was great. Newman and Black Flag shoulder to shoulder. Yeah, well, actually, hold on. I got something to show you. Give me a minute.
Uh-oh. He's getting tapes out. He's looking through the massive collection of cassette tapes that you can't see because they're just out of sight.
Wait a second. I gotta find it.
So yes, Buzz Oven was from NC, but I believe there were some Virginia people in that band. So there's a whole genre of like late 80s, early 90s North Carolina, Virginia metal. Uh-oh. Somebody's mentioning something about shots again. Uh-oh.
Oh, Jesus. There's no super chats, though. We don't do a shot until there's a super chat.
Somebody super chat. Okay, well now Michael has just laid down the gauntlet. Then a super chat equals a shot.
Because fuck.
Why do I think I'm going to be walking home?
Where the hell is this damn tape I'm looking for? Hold on. It's important. They all blend together. Well, I'll leave that at least.
It's all blurring together.
Wait a second.
Oh wait, he's
Oh, here it is.
he's pulling some cassette tapes out. It's going to be exciting. Here it comes.
I got it. Okay. So here's the exact tape that I was telling you about. Here's the story about this tape. When I was in junior high school or high school, I can't remember what, I had a friend, a girl who was a friend, who was in college. Her first year in college in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. And I was in Raleigh, and we were kind of pen pals. And so she would send me letters and telling me what the cool music she was hearing on college radio or whatever. And she sent me this one tape of just a bunch of stuff she recorded off the radio that she thought I would like. And I titled it the Happy Songs tape because every time I heard it, it made me really feel happy. So here it is. It says Happy Songs. It's got a happy face, right? Happy Songs. And I never knew what was on it, right? There's no track listing. I never really knew what was on it. She just sent me this tape. So over the years, I heard this tape. It had all kinds of bands. Like I said, Black Flag, Dead Kennedys, Haircut 100, Heaven 17, Berlin, Men Without Hats, Gary Newman, just went on and on. And over the decades that I've owned and listened to this tape, especially when I discovered the internet and Google, I started discovering who all these bands were and what the songs were titled. And I would literally have to type lyrics into Google and say, okay, well, what is this song I've been hearing for decades, right? That's this tape right here. Now, another couple of tapes I found that are interesting, and I know this is not interesting for a lot of people, but here's 2 tapes I made when I was a kid. Punk rock compilations, right? Punk Rock 1 and Punk Rock 2. And I hand painted both of those covers there, okay? These are hand painted covers. Punk Rock 1 and Punk Rock 2. And it's got stuff, these were made in 1983, it says here on the back. 1983. I was very good about dating things. So this has like Violent Femmes, Devo, Dead Kennedys, Huey Lewis and the News, Black Flag, B-52s, Hillary, Sex Pistols, Bob and Bob, Oingo Boingo, Berlin, Dead Kennedys, Elf Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, Flesh Eaters, Sex Pistols, Sonic Youth. That's just one tape right there. Okay, so that's what I grew up on, and it was the shittiest normal bias
Search one
tape. No, it was below search.
Oh, not even
It
a
was
search
like
one.
it was like no. There's no brand name on it. Okay, second volume here. Second volume, Dead Kennedys, B-52s, Insect Surfers, Sex Pistols, Plasmatics, Devo, Hose. You know who Hose is, right? Hose is Rick Rubin's first band. Actually, Def Jam's first band. Really hard post-punk rock band, like drug-induced stuff. Oingo Boingo. Anyway, this is what I grew up on, these tapes. I listen to these constantly.
That's a Radio Shack cassette.
This is like my Spotify back in the day, these 3 cassettes. But there was tons of those, and you guys bored yet? Cardinal Sin says, Michael Pillman, did you see Return of the Living Dead? Of course. Okay, of course. That was back in the day when I would actually go see movies at the theater and be really inspired by them. That movie totally inspired us, and when we got the soundtrack, you know, 45 Grave did the title track. Do you want to party? Yeah,
Not the best song.
me and my friend Brandon Fry, when we were punk rock, heavy metal rebels, we would roll up. He had a really kind of cool 80s car. It was a Trans Am or something that he got. You know, Sweet 16 car or whatever. So we would drive up in his Trans Am or whatever it was to these really hip jockey places to hang out, like Godfather's Pizza in Charlotte or wherever. And we would drive up playing that, do you want to party? And we would drive up playing Dead Kennedys and Black Flag. And we would just drive past these really jockey hangouts, these frat boy hangouts, playing our, you know, rebellious music at the time. So that's what I remember about the 45 Grave song. And anyway, party time, yeah. Yeah, for sure. So I think we're going to end it, though, right? I think we're done. I mean, we really have not much to offer. I could run my mouth all night, but nobody wants that.
You got tomorrow night to look forward to.
Yeah, tomorrow night, though, let me tell you guys, tomorrow night, Thor, let me try to find a really good picture of him to show you. Oh, here we go.
That's a good one.
Oh, here we go. This guy, right in the middle there, Thor. Thor will be here, and I'm going to try my best to get Cherry Bomb, a.k.a. Rusty Hamilton, who's standing right next to him. I'm really going to try to get her on tomorrow night. We'll see what we can do. But tomorrow night, Thor will be here talking with us, and I swear to God, you guys, you are going to be so upset if you don't see this and get to ask him a question. And I'm going to try to make it so we can have people on the screen to ask him stuff, okay? Party time at Pilmer's. Come on down, Eddie. Jesus. Come on. As long as you're old enough to drink, or you can at least convince me you're old enough to drink, you can come down and we can do this. So, you guys, yeah, Ian says check out 45 Grave on what, yeah, for sure.
It's a great song.
Totally. Thank you guys for coming on this Wednesday. Tomorrow we'll do this again, but it'll be for a completely different reason, and I will not be drinking. It'll be for Thor, the Rock Warrior, a.k.a. John Michael Thor, who's been in the music business for many decades and still kicking just on passion alone, okay? So somebody we need to support. You're leaving for NC from KS now. Come on down, Cardinal. Let's do this. Come on. Quit fucking around. All right. Thank you, guys. We love you. Thank you, Peter Graves, for the whiskey glasses. We're going to use those a lot. They have really good sound, too. We're going to use those on a silica gel composition, I can tell you that. Bless you, the rock and roll gods, and we love you all. Good time. Thank you, Sophia. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Okay, so see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. EST. Thor, the Rock Warrior, will be here talking to us. Thank you, Ian, for coming by.
Absolutely.
Thanks for helping
Great
me.
to hang out for the first time in 7 months.
I know.
You live a mile
Oh,
away from me.
I know. We live a mile away. All right, people.
Damn the pandemic.
We'll see you guys